Hello, I'm ANEKA from Made to Sew and welcome to this What Is video. In this What Is video I'm going to be explaining what are darts. Now the tutorials for the coming week are going to be focusing around darts and dart manipulation with the idea to help take your pattern cutting to the next level and to give you a greater understanding of pattern cutting and the things you can achieve. So today's tutorial is going to be explaining darts. On Thursday, I'm going to be explaining dart manipulation, and then on Sunday, I'm going to be showing you how to manipulate darts in a pattern of your choosing. So let's start by looking at what darts look like on a pattern. Now, darts will be visible on patterns in the form of these wedge shapes. And I've got two types of darts here. This one at the side seam, which has 1 point, and these ones in the waist area, which have 2 points. One at the bottom and one at the top. Now this is what I would call a standard dart, and it's coming from the side seam of the garment. These two darts are what are called contour darts or double-ended darts because they have a point at the top and at the bottom. Now when the darts are sewn, the lines, so the top line and the bottom line of this wedge shape will be sewn together from the side seam to the point. The same goes for the double-ended or contour darts here. The two lines will be sewn together from point to point. So the inside of the darts will be removed from the garment. Let's look at some dart terminology. I'm going to do some drawing here in some Sharpies so that you can see this really clearly. Now, the term dart legs refers to the legs that will be sewn. So on this dart, you've got a line at the bottom and a line at the top, and they will both be sewn together to create the dart. And they're referred to as the dart legs. Now you can see the dart legs on this contour dart here because I've also drawn those in red. Now the next part of the dart that we want to look at is the term dart volume or dart intake. Now this is the center part of the triangle or wedge shape that is going to be removed when the dart has been sewn. In the side darts here you will see the markings that I have done in green, and in this contour dart it's going to be the central part here. Now the other term is a dart apex or a dart point, and this is the point at the end of the dart. Please do not confuse this with the bust point because they might not be in the same position. The dart apex is the point of the dart where you will stop sewing the fabric. You will have sewn up the dart legs until you get to the dart point or the dart apex, and then you would stop sewing. The contour dart has two dart points or two dart apexes, one at the top and one at the bottom. Another bit of useful information is the bust apex, which you can see here on the pattern. This will be referred to as the bust point or bust apex and is the fullest part of the bust, generally the nipple area. Now you can see here that both the side dart and the waist dart point towards the bust apex. Generally speaking, darts will point towards the fuller part of the body. Now you will have darts at the bust area to create a cup for the bust and to fit around the 3D contours of the bust. You can have darts at the waist area to fit the bust and also to fit the difference between the waist and the hip. Now the size of the darts depends on the size of the cup, how large is the bust, and the difference between the waist and the hip. And when I say the waist and the hip, I mean the full measurement. The full measurement of your waist and the full measurement of your hip. Referring to your hip, I mean your largest area below the waist over the fullest part of your bottom and or thighs. Now, the larger the cup size, the larger the dart you will need. And the greater the difference between the waist and the hip, the greater the width of the dart will be here. To give you an idea of what a dart will look like when it's sewn, you will have a folded piece of fabric. The two dart legs have been sewn together and they've been sewn up to the dart point or the dart apex. This from the front side has created a nice seam or fold in the garment. And that will allow the garment to fit the 3D contours of the bust. Now, darts are generally used in woven fabrics, and that's simply because stretch or knitted fabrics have the ability to stretch around the body and conform to the curves. Darts are used in garments to control the fullness and to shape the garment to the individual figure. For example, you will start with a 2D paper pattern. You will cut out your fabric, which is still 2D. Once the darts have been sewn, and once they've been sewn, they will look like seams or folds of fabric in the garment, just like you see at the waist of the dress behind me. They will then create a 3D garment that conforms to the curves of the body. In women's wear, darts are needed to create shaping around the bust, to create a cup for the bust. They're needed if you want to fit a woven fabric in at the waist and for the hip area. And you will find them on all sorts of garments, from tops to jackets, dresses, skirts and trousers. If you want to learn more about darts and how they can be manipulated in pattern cutting, moving them to different areas to create different styles of garments, then watch my tutorial on Thursday that discusses dart manipulation. I hope this tutorial has taught you a little bit more about darts. If you're interested in sewing darts, then please watch my tutorial on how to sew darts. Thanks for watching and see you soon.